Hello students, greetings of the day. This is Dr. M. Naglakshmi for your paper Research Methodology. Let us begin the lecture with the definition of research. What is research? Research is defined as a careful consideration of study regarding a particular concern or a problem using scientific methods. So it is a careful consideration of study, right? When you are answering to the question, 2 mark question, what is research? It is better to write the definition quoted by some of the well-known critic, right? So here we are going to see the well-known critic, American sociologist Earl Robert Babbage. Research is a systematic inquiry to describe, explain, predict, and control the observed phenomenon. So it is better to write the definition as such. Okay, so it involves inductive and deductive methods. Research involves inductive and deductive methods. We have already seen these methods, inductive and deductive methods, when we were dealing with English language teaching. Now we are going to see these methods in research. So inductive research methods are used to analyze the observed phenomenon, whereas deductive methods are used to verify the observed phenomenon. You have to understand clearly. Inductive research analyze the observed phenomenon. Deductive research verify the observed phenomenon. Okay, so the inductive approaches are associated with qualitative research, whereas deductive methods are associated with quantitative research. Is it clear? Now, let's move on to quantitative and qualitative. So, now let us see the qualitative research and quantitative research. What is qualitative research? Qualitative research is dealing with phenomena that are difficult or impossible to quantify mathematically, such as the beliefs, meanings, attributes, and symbols. So, the qualitative researchers aim to gather an in depth understanding of human behavior and the reasons that govern such behavior. Right? So, the qualitative method investigates the why and how of decision making, not just what, where, when. Okay, is it clear? So, qualitative research are dealing with human behavior. For our easy understanding, we can take it. It is not like quantitative. We don't use that mathematic statistic analysis, right? And then quantitative research. Quantitative research refers to the systematic investigation of any phenomena via statistical, mathematical, or computational techniques. The objective of quantitative research is to develop and employ mathematical models, theories, and a hypothesis pertaining to phenomena. Right? So it is generally made using scientific methods, which can include the generation of models, theories, and hypotheses, the development of instruments and methods of measurement, experimental control and manipulation of variables, collection of empirical data, modeling and analysis of data, evaluation of results. So, um, in a simpler way, for our understanding, especially for literature students, it is easy to say when we are doing research on any literary work, whether it is drama or novel or poetry, we do qualitative research. When we are doing something on English language teaching to to measure some of the methods or approaches, how that particular approach is used, or what are the results of that particular method used to teach a particular skill, like 4 skills: listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Right? So, when we are dealing ELT, collecting data using questionnaires, survey, right, or taking two groups, that is experimental group and control group, to test any methods or techniques, that is quantitative, right? So this is the easiest way to understand what is qualitative research and what is quantitative research. Hope it is clear. There are other methods like conceptual research, empirical research. Let us see what is conceptual research. It is defined as a methodology wherein research is conducted by observing and analyzing already present information on a given topic. So it doesn't involve conducting any practical experiments. So conceptual research doesn't involve conducting any practical experiments. So it is related to abstract concepts or ideas. Mostly philosophers used these type of researches, conceptual research, to develop new theories or interpret existing theories in different light. The next one is empirical research. So it is a type of research methodology that makes use of verifiable evidence in order to arrive at research outcomes. So in other words, we can say that this research relies solely on evidence obtained through observation or scientific data collection methods. So this research is purely evidence based. The sole um, you know aim of the research relies only on evidence. So it can be carried out using qualitative or quantitative observation methods depending on the data sample, that is quantifiable data or non-numerical data, right? So unlike theoretical research that depends on preconceived notions about the research variables, empirical research carries a scientific investigation to measure the experimental probability of the research variable. So, this is the thing. The other research methods you could know.